All right, I am here in beautiful California today. A little bit cool, a little bit windy, but it doesn't matter because I've got these two trucks to show you right here. I want to show you a little comparison between the all-new 2023 Chevrolet Colorado TrailBoss and the Chevy Colorado Z71. Cool looking colors, cool trucks. Let's get going. All right, so these are obviously two separate trims of the all-new 2023 Chevrolet Colorado lineup of trucks. Now, both of these have separate qualities, and first and foremost, I'm not sure if you can see, but we do have a higher stance in the TrailBoss like we do in the half-ton trucks, obviously, but it also has a wider stance, and I'm not sure if you can see that, again, by the video, but it does have a wider stance to it. Now, of course, obviously on the TrailBoss, we see it has the Goodyear Wrangler Territory MT tires, but I will tell you this, those aren't standard. That is an option. I think it's around $500 US if I'm not mistaken, in order to get up to that that size of tire. Off the top of my head right now, because we're just getting some of the pricing in, I will put it up on the screen. I can't say it because I don't exactly know and I don't want to get it wrong, but there is obviously a price difference between these two trucks, a starting point price obviously between these two trucks. There's no window stickers in here, I know, of these two for me to tell you what the pricing exactly is, but if I do get that, I'll put the exact price on them. But let's talk about some of the differences. So unlike the Silverado lineup, for an example, there isn't a couple levels of TrailBoss like we're seeing here in this beautiful yellow color. It doesn't maybe show up great on the video, but in person it looks fantastic. As you can see, there's a little bit of off-roading done here. You can see the mud down the side of this one. But the thing about this is it is more of a base trim. So I would attribute it more to like the custom TrailBoss like we see up in the upper, in the Silverado, pardon me, whereas the Z71, as we see here, this has a few more amenities in the inside. So although it still has some off-road capabilities, it's got some pretty cool comfort in the inside, so for your on-road and stuff like that as well. But starting up front, again, aside from the stature of these two, you know, the height and the width of the TrailBoss being larger, of course, than the Z71, you can see the difference in the plastics out front. So a lot more plastic, and this is why I didn't get a black one. I wanted to show you the contrast. A lot more plastic in terms of the, you know, the grainy plastic out front. You do have, you know, painted down there in the gray, likewise over there, but over here you're seeing this more paint match, and you have the gloss black trim on the Z71, obviously, right? So again, it just depends on what you like more as far as, you know, the looks are concerned. Now, the cool part though is these air dams down below where those tow hooks are, those are removable, so you can actually take that off in certain trim levels. So that's kind of neat as well, so you're not going to get hung up. Obviously, as you can see here, fender flares are on these. I don't know, again, if the camera's going to pick up, but these are much more streamlined to the truck on the Z71. They are more bulbous. They come out here, which obviously, again, lends itself to that look of that wider stance. And of course, if the tires are out further, you're going to need more of a fender flare out there, right? So that's one of the major differences there. Headlights, also a difference. You can see this has the LED daytime driving lights and the LED headlights in there, whereas this has the halogen headlights there, which obviously, again, is going to contribute to the price difference of these trucks. Another difference in the front, you can see there's no fog lights there. There is fog lights here. I would imagine, I haven't seen obviously yet in the parts catalogs or anything like that, I would imagine you might be able to put the fog lights there, similar to what you can do on the Silverados. But regardless, that's one of the differences there. Now, another new thing for this year, and I don't know if you know this, but the 2023 Colorado, something pretty cool, is in terms of the wheels, the bolt pattern. These wheels can now be changed from a Chevy Silverado or GMC Sierra, whatever. You can use the full-size wheels on these, so it opens the door up for a lot more choices when it comes to wheels on these trucks. Just kind of a heads up if you didn't already know that. I like that fact of this. Now, if you didn't already know this, these trims are only available in crew cab, not trims, the truck in general, the Colorado in general for 2023. Only crew cab and only the 5-foot box is the only offering that you can get with this truck. No 6-foot box anymore, and no extended cab. I think that's just, they're just basing off of what they have been selling. Whether that changes in the future, hey, I can't tell you, but it is what it is at the moment. Black bumpers on the back of both of these are painted, as you can see. Of course, you still got the nice step in the bumper that, you know, Chevy has become synonymous for, I guess you would say. Cool part though is this Colorado does have the rear park assist, and it does have a lot of standard safety features in even the base truck, or more of a basic truck in the Colorado TrailBoss, so keep that in mind. Now, both of these will have the easy lower tailgate, backup camera there, of course, lockable tailgates, easy lower, Obviously, spray and box liner. Sorry about my bag back there. Power outlet back here in the Z71. You have 8 tie-down hooks, 2 in each corner. Then you also have the ability to have 9 more, because these right here will pop out, and you can get the accessory tow hooks from Chevy. Now, the storage compartment back here is awesome. It's a lockable storage compartment. I'll show you here. Oh, somebody already, it looks like they had it unlocked already. But anyways, check that out. That's a first for us, and that's definitely a first for the Colorado anyways. And just kind of a cool feature. I really do like that storage ability. Not to mention, back here you also have like a measuring tape. I think they said this has something to do with the trip to Moab, something like that, I'm sure. But sliding rear window you're gonna have back here, okay? Now, it is not a power sliding rear window like you're used to seeing, you know, on the full-size trucks. So it will be, unfortunately, you know, a manual slider, but it is what it is. Obviously rear defrost. We're gonna get back to this in a second, because I want to show you the TrailBoss really quickly in terms of its interior, to show you again the differences as to why it's a little lower priced in terms of, you know, a little lower featured, because we're gonna have a cloth interior inside the TrailBoss right here. Now, it's black with like kind of a gray insert down the middle. I think it looks nice, but again, it's definitely cloth. There's no real power outlets back here. You do have, of course, your rear vents, but that's really about it back here. Again, sliding rear window in this one, which is kind of a cool feature. No sunroof option in this one, as you can see. But up front, oh, and by the way, again, another one of the standard safety features is the side blind zone alert right there. Obviously, that is not something that you normally get in like a, you know, lower trim level. Of course, you have your power windows, power locks, obviously, power mirror adjustment, that kind of stuff. Nothing crazy there. There's your trailer brake controller location on this. But again, cloth seats in the front of this one. We do have leather in that. I'm going to show you that in a second in the Z71. But cloth interior in this. Plastic steering wheel, although it's still very comfortable and it looks decent, but this does have the plastic steering wheel. We have an 8-inch screen in front of the driver. When you get to the highest trim levels, you can get, this will be, not get, it'll be like in the ZR2 for an example, that'll be an 11-inch screen. 11.3-inch color touchscreen here. That is standard even in the work truck trim level. Even at WT, yes, will have the 11.3-inch color touchscreen with Google integration. This even has surround vision backup camera, which is pretty cool. But you're going to notice something different here when I show you the other truck. So you have your temperature here, your fan speed, but it's different in the Z71. I'm going to show you in a second. There's your auto stop start technology, and we're going to talk about what's underneath the hood here also in a moment if you don't already know about that. Down here you have your auto track 4-wheel drive. You have your different drive modes. This one actually has terrain mode, which is very much like we saw with the ZR2 Silverado and the AT4X Sierra, pardon me. Of course, it's called one pedal drive, and that basically allows you to, you know, creep down inclines, and you don't have to put your foot on the brake. It'll actually slow down and stop the vehicle for you. Pretty cool feature that way. But regardless of that, there's your lane keep assist, there's your auto stop start, like I say, and then of course your 4-way flashers, USB, USB-C charging ports. They have moved this over to the passenger side, to the right hand side a little bit, because of having this drive mode button right there. But that is basically what the inside, oh, and push button start, of course, in these as well. You have auto high beams in this. It's like I said, it's pretty well trimmed out, and power adjustable seat on the driver's side, not on the passenger side. But you're not going to see that here either. As you can see, there's no power adjustment on this. But let's head to the back of this truck, because the Z71, as I mentioned, does add some nicer features in terms of the inside. First and foremost, you're going to notice, as I already showed you quickly, the leather interior in this. So beautiful looking leather. I love that red piping here, the red stitching along all the seats. Actually reminds me, it's very RS-esque, you know, the RS lineup of, you know, Equinoxes, Blazers, you know, things like that. And then you do have power charge outlets back here. So you have USB, USB-C, and an actual plug-in down here. So again, a little bit more back here. You have the armrest back here as well with the cup holders built in. So a little bit higher end in terms of the back seat. Also a little bit nicer finish here. And then of course the stitching here on the door. The other thing you're going to notice when we get up front here, again, just a little bit nicer finish on the door, more gloss black. So you can have gloss black around here, and then gloss black in terms of here. Now this is where things are really different though, because you have separate climate control in the Z71, whereas of course you do not in the other. You just have the fan on the one side and the temperature on the other. I can't remember which order it was, but regardless, this one has heated and ventilated seats, as you can see there. So there's the ventilated seats in this one, which of course you had neither of those in the TrailBoss. This one has factory remote start. The TrailBoss does not have that. And then, you know, just a little bit different with the key setup down here. Your vents are here. Same color touchscreen here, and again, same programmable screen, which is actually a really nice color screen right here that you can have different information on. Again, there's your drive modes down there. You do have wireless charging. There's a wireless charging area right there. You can put your phone right there. Charges no problem. Fits most phones. I have an iPhone here. Actually, I could probably show you, but there's a piece on the back of it, so it's not going to show the charging right now. But this is the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and it fits in there no problem. It'll charge absolutely well. I used it today. I took this little piece off the back of my phone, and it worked fine. But yeah, so there's, you know, that's kind of the main differences. You can get actually adaptive cruise control in that truck had it. This one has adaptive cruise control as well, so that's kind of a cool addition that we never had in that trim level. Well, obviously didn't have that TrailBoss trim level really for the most part. There you go there. Actually, this is what the key fobs look like, much like the Silverados. There's your factory remote start, because again, this is the Z71. Lots of cup holders too. You got two here. They're side by side. It's kind of nice. They're not this way, so it's giving you more space up here. Two there, and you have one in each of the doors. You actually have 8 cup holders in this vehicle that only sits 5 people. Again, with the leather up here, I like kind of little, I don't know if it shows up on camera, but nice little design in right there. And then Bose stereo system is another addition that you're gonna have here with the Z71. So I think I've covered most of it. Obviously, I might have missed a thing here or there. Trucks are new. I'm learning as I go. I'll try, and if there is anything I missed, I'll always add it. But that is basically your main differences between the 2023 Chevrolet Colorado TrailBoss and the Chevrolet Colorado Z71. Love that deep ocean blue metallic, or glacier blue metallic, I should say, sorry. And of course, it's nitro yellow. Again, as always, thanks so much for watching. Until next time, take care.